The restaurant glowed with warm golden light, the kind meant to make people feel important. Soft jazz hummed in the background, glasses clinked, and laughter floated from well-dressed tables. For Ethan Cross, none of it felt welcoming. He sat near the window in his wheelchair, fingers resting calmly on the armrest, though tension tightened every muscle beneath his tailored suit. A blind date had seemed like a harmless idea when his assistant suggested it. "You work too much, Mr. Cross. You need a life." What she didn't understand was that dates were rarely harmless. Ethan glanced at his watch. 7 minutes late. Then he saw her. Vanessa swept into the restaurant like she owned it. Perfect hair, designer dress, confidence sharpened like a blade. She scanned the room, then froze when her eyes landed on him. The hesitation was brief, but Ethan had learned to recognize it instantly. "Oh," she said, approaching slowly. "Hi, Ethan." "Yes," he replied, polite, composed. "Vanessa." Her gaze dropped, just for a second, to the wheelchair. When she looked back up, her smile was strained. "You didn't really explain this." "I did," Ethan said evenly. "Car accident. 5 years ago." "Right," she murmured, sitting down as if unsure where to place herself. "I guess I imagined something different." The waiter brought menus. Vanessa barely glanced at hers. "So," she said, swirling her wine, "what exactly can you do?" "I mean, work-wise." "I run a cybersecurity firm," Ethan answered. "We protect financial institutions from digital breaches." Her eyebrows lifted. "Wow, that sounds intense. But you don't actually go to the office, right?" "I do." "In that," she nodded at the wheelchair. A familiar heat crept up Ethan's neck. "Yes." Vanessa laughed lightly, but there was nothing kind in it. "I don't think I could live like that. Depending on ramps and elevators all the time." "I don't depend on them," he replied. "I use them." She waved a dismissive hand. "You know what I mean." As the minutes passed, her comments sharpened. Questions turned invasive. Curiosity turned cruel. "Did your ex leave because of the accident? Can you even start a family? At least you must get good sympathy points." The final blow came when the check was mentioned. "Well," Vanessa said loudly, leaning back, "you are rich, right? I mean, if I'm going to spend my evening educating myself, the least you can do is pay." Nearby conversations faltered. Someone coughed. Someone else looked away. Ethan felt something inside him harden. Not pain, not anger, but exhaustion. "I think," he said quietly, "this date is finished." Vanessa rolled her eyes. "Relax. Don't be dramatic. You disabled people are always so sensitive." "Ma'am." The interruption came from behind her. A young waitress stood there, holding a tray close to her chest. Her dark hair was tied back simply, her uniform neat but worn. Her name tag read Lena. "I'll be taking care of this table now," Lena said, voice calm but firm. Vanessa scoffed. "Finally. Bring separate checks." Lena nodded, then did something no one expected. She stepped around the table, knelt beside Ethan so they were eye level, and placed the receipt gently in front of him, without touching his chair, without pity, without hesitation. "I'm sorry you were treated that way," she said softly. "That's not okay." The noise of the restaurant seemed to fade. Ethan looked at her, surprised by the sincerity in her eyes. Not sympathy. Respect. Vanessa laughed sharply. "Wow, playing hero now." Lena stood and faced her. "No, I'm setting boundaries. We don't allow guests to insult others here." For a moment, Vanessa looked stunned. Then her face flushed with embarrassment. She grabbed her purse and stood abruptly. "This place has terrible service." She walked out, heels striking the floor like punctuation marks. A hush followed. Ethan released a slow breath. "Thank you," he said. Lena smiled, small and genuine. "Would you like to stay? Dessert is on the house." For the first time that night, Ethan smiled back, not out of politeness, but because something warm stirred in his chest. He didn't know her story yet. She didn't know his.